What we've got now is the management of a large chain of frozen yogurt stores in New England believes that T days, T is the number of days after the end of an advertising campaign, that the volume of sales is approximated by this function right here. Got an exponential here, right? So what we want to know is, all right, so here's what this is. The volume, this is the volume in sales, and this is, T is the number of days after an advertising campaign ends. So at what rate, now as soon as I see rate, I'm thinking derivative. At what rate is the sales volume changing 2 days after the end and then 4 days after the end? So we need to find the derivative. So we've got this function here. Let's start with this. Here's our function. I'm going to write it as V, the volume, is terms of T, is equal to 75,000 plus 75,000 e to the negative 0.4 t. There's our function. All I did was rewrite this, put a v out in front to name it. Okay, now v prime. So what are we going to get for v prime here? V prime of t is, now the 75,000, that's a constant. Derivative there is just 0. So let's move to this one. Whoa, let's move to that one. So this is a constant times an exponential. So the constant's going to come along, 75,000. Now, this is an exponential. To differentiate an exponential is the function itself times the derivative of the exponent. So it's going to be e to the negative 0.4 t times, okay, the derivative of the exponent, which is negative 0.4. So negative 0.4. So I'm going to multiply these two together, and I'm going to get v prime of t is equal to negative, now 75,000 times 0.4, I got 30,000 for that. And then we still have the e to the negative 0.4 t. So in part A, at t equals 2, right, so 2 days at the end of the advertising campaign, v prime of 2 will be negative 30,000 e to the negative 0.4 times 2. So that's a calculator problem. And when I did that, I got negative 13,479.9. It says around the 2 decimal places, but I'm getting only one place there. All right, so that's what I'm getting. So what does it mean? Now, if you write that over 1, negative 13,479.9 over 1, that means if you go out one more day, from what? Day 2 to day 3, the volume, the sales volume, will decrease, right? Decrease because of that negative by about 13,500. Now in part B, we want this at t equals 4. So at t equals 4, v prime of 4 is equal to, all right, it's going to be negative 30,000 e to the negative 0.4 times 4. Now when I put that 4 in there, I'm going to do that right now. When I put 4 in there, I'm going to get v prime of 4 is equal to negative 6056.9. So what that means is negative 6056.9 over 1. If we go from day 2 to day 4 to day 5, we'll see a decrease in sales by only about a little over 6,000. So if we compare these two, from day 2 to day 3, we'll see a big drop, but then from day 4 to 5, we'll see a drop, but just about half as big.